Welcome to this episode of Martial Truth, where we're going to talk about our health, okay? And I'll do it through the lens of my own personal health, okay? Hopefully give some people some ideas. As always, you like the videos, the channel, please click the like button, subscribe, share the videos, appreciate it. We've hit over 14,500 subscribers on our way to 15,000, which is fantastic. Appreciate everybody that supports the channel. As I mentioned, I will be in Okinawa from December 5th to December 13th. Okay, I look forward to going there and meeting some people, hopefully that I've only corresponded with, and seeing some people that I haven't seen in a while, like McCarthy Sensei and some others, and of course visiting with my teacher, Master Kichiro Shimabuku. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll also be doing a seminar in New York again in the end of January. Dates to follow, but any of those of you that are interested can reach out to me, and I'll put you in contact with who you want to talk to about when we're doing that and what the schedule is going to be. All right. So with nothing further, let's talk about health. Okay. So for many years, I lived in New York. 56 years out of my 61. Okay. Bit of a rat race, for a long time, full-time police job, full-time martial arts school, 7 days a week, raising 3 kids, just basically non-stop schedule. Okay. Probably didn't eat as healthy as I should have. Okay. Again, running around, working in certain areas, you're limited as what you can eat. When you work midnights, like I did for 11 years, you're limited as to what you can actually eat, but you have to eat something. Okay. So, when I moved out to Arizona, I realized, the weight I was carrying wasn't happy with it. Okay. So I decided to do something about it. And what I did was I downloaded an app, and the app that I use, but there's plenty of them, so I like this app. It's free. There's also a paid version, but I just use the free version, which is MyFitnessPal from Under Armour. Okay. And what I started doing was I started tracking my calories. And again, it's not going to be perfect. You're entering the foods as best you can. It gives you a general idea of how much calories you're putting in your body a day. And when I initially did it, to say I was shocked would be an understatement. And I was like, wow, that's how many calories I'm eating on average a day? Wow. So I'd realized I'd gotten into some bad eating habits. And again, I wasn't really overweight, okay? I mean, I was still training all the time, moving, doing everything I could do, but I realized that there was no way I needed all these calories. And then I looked at myself and said, you know what? You are a little too heavy. You need to lose some weight. And let's get it together now while it'll be easier, right? And so I put in some goals in the app, and I said I wanted to lose X amount of weight. And I think I put in 1 pound a week, okay? Which it turned out to not be 1 pound a week. In the beginning, obviously, more weight comes off, okay? And then it becomes a slog. Again, increased my exercise, changed my workouts a little bit, okay? Eventually losing, I was at a high of 188, and now I'm down always to between 160 and 162. Like to get a little lighter. It's proving very difficult, okay? But I'm working on it, okay? So lost a bunch of weight, feel much better. Just again, as I get older, carrying the extra weight is just very, very unhealthy, all right? So my own personal health. I've had a handful of surgeries, but, shoulder impingement. Sometimes I can't even remember which shoulder the surgery was on. 2 hernias, both operated on the same time over 15, 20 years ago. Don't even think about them. Very small cyst removed from the bottom of my foot. Never been a problem since. That's over 20 years ago. Obviously, I stay on top of my health. All right. I go every 6 months, check up for the doctor. All right. Um, I do religiously go for the colonoscopy when I'm due to go for them. Okay. A lot of men don't. A lot of men put it off, put it off, put it off, and then before you know it, there's a problem. Okay. Um, it's not a big deal. Okay, I've gone for two or three at this point. I think it's two, maybe three. I don't remember. Okay, but no big deal. You're out. You don't even know what happens. You're finished. Boom. That's it. Okay. Luckily, no problems there. Um, Last year, I did have a cancer scare with my prostate. Um, they did a MRI, saw a spot. Then they did a biopsy. Luckily, again, no cancer, no nothing. Okay. So now every 6 months, I go check with my urologist, looks at my numbers. As long as everything's steady, we're good and we just keep moving forward. Um, my cholesterol was up. I was on the generic for Lipitor, which is a statin, for quite a long time. Um, And then after losing the weight, I consulted with my cardiologist and said I'd like to try to come off the statin. So I went off the statin for 6 months, felt great. Then I went to my doctor. He said, "Oh, your cholesterol numbers are up. I want you to go back on the statin." Went back on the statin. Within a month, my joints were hurting. Like I didn't realize how much better I felt being off the statin. So I'm no longer taking the statin. Um, you know, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you not to take a statin. I'm just telling you what I've done for myself. Um, I have a left knee that has severe arthritis because I was born with a kneecap that sits on a weird angle. So probably 15 years ago, it started really acting up. It was diagnosed a long, long time ago when I was in my 20s. But when you're young, you just keep doing stuff, and every once in a while the knee bothers you, and you kind of ignore it. But as I got older, it started getting bad, and then I went to China, and then after the China trip, I went up to Canada to train in Katori Shinto-ryu, and the knee was bad. I mean, it was bad. I was having trouble walking up and down stairs. So I went. My doctor suggested I get gel shots. Okay. First one I got, I couldn't believe it. He injected it. He says, "Oh, you'll probably notice in 3 weeks." I got off the table. I walked to the elevator. I was like, "What's going on?" I mean, it was like a game changer. It was amazing, right? So I was like, "Oh my God, this is great." It's like I had a brand new knee. All right. So I did two more injections because they're normally a series of 3 to 5. And I was lucky. I didn't get my next injections for like 2 years. But then my knee blew up after that injection, after the first one. Had to drain 30 cc's of fluid. Went through with the other two injections. Knee didn't blow up. Okay, it helped again. I lasted another year and a half, 2 years, right? Got another injection, this time a single injection where they put more of the material in one shot. That actually was fine, worked out great. And then I moved out to Arizona and I felt my knee was starting to get to the point where I needed the injection. So I went to the knee injection place out here and got the injections. Helped, but not too much. Did a second series of injections, really didn't help at all. I said, okay, it's time to go see the orthopedist and see what's going on with the knee. X-ray, the same exact thing I was told years and years ago. Okay. Oh, we should try the gel shots again. Okay, give me a gel shot. My knee blows up. I mean, massive. The swelling is, forget it. The pain is, forget it. I go the next week. The orthopedist is like, "Oh my God, what did I do?" I said, "You didn't do anything. Obviously, my knee's having a reaction to the gel that you put in there." So she discusses with other people, and they drain my knee of 31 cc's of fluid, breaking the record of the previous drainage. Okay. And my knee immediately feels so much better. Okay. She gives me a shot of an anti-inflammatory. All right. And says, "Come back in a couple of weeks and we'll decide what to do." And then we did PRP, platelet enrichment, where they take your blood out, spin it, and then re-inject it. that seemed to help, but it wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic, right? So then I heard about the knees over toes guy, who I'd love to have on the podcast. And maybe I'll try reaching out for him, get him to come on, because I think it'd be great for martial artists to hear his story. He's got a book, all right? You can look him up. He's got a YouTube channel, Knees Over Toes. And I said, you know what? I heard his story, and I said, all right, I'm going to try those exercises for my knee. And I've been doing them now for probably a little over 6 months, 7 months. And I can't believe how much better my knee is. So no more injections for me. I'm no longer of the belief that I'm definitely going to be having a knee replacement in my future. Okay, I may have to get one eventually, but right now I don't think so. Okay, I do his exercises. I try to shoot for 3 times a week religiously. Certain things I'm not doing as well as I used to. Certain kicks I can't do as well. They hurt, so I limit. I don't throw them as hard. And other kicks don't bother it at all. So I'm just conscious of my body and what I can do with it now and what I can't do. And I try to be careful of doing things that cause my body pain. Okay? So again, I highly recommend the app, Track Your Calories. The average American is taking in 3,500 calories a day. I'm on a 1,500 calorie plan. Now, if I do a lot of exercise in a day, you can enter your exercise and then it adds calories back. Because if I stay at 1,500 and I do a massive amount of exercise, and then I've only put in 1,500, but now I start getting really crazy hungry, which isn't good either. So it's that balance, right? But again, I'm hovering always at 162, which is great. Okay, and sometimes one day I woke up, I was 159. Woohoo! Got very excited, right? So I highly recommend the tracking of the calories and doing it every single day religiously. I still do it. I do it every day. I've been doing it for 4 years, and I plan on doing it forever. I just keep track. And the other thing I do with it is I try to make sure I have my proteins, fats, and carbs. I try to meet certain requirements. So I do try to go more protein, more fat, little less carbs. Okay. There's a lot of new research. You can look into it in terms of cholesterol and different things like that. And make your own decisions, discuss it with your doctor. Anything you do, you should discuss with your doctor. Okay. Something doesn't feel right. You're really not feeling good. You should go to the doctor and get checked out. Men especially are terrible at this, okay? I've learned as I've gotten older, if something's not right, I go to the doctor. I get checked out. And if everything's good, I'm like, okay, great. All right. But it's important to, And then if you also, I've also discovered with myself, if I go to a doctor and it's not working, well, then I try another doctor. All right. Years ago, I had a sinus infection going on, and the first ear, nose, and throat guy I had gone to had done a great job and cleared it up. It was like a game changer. I could breathe through for years. I couldn't breathe through my nose. I'm using the Breathe Right strips. I couldn't sleep at night. This guy gave me, just simple nasal spray. I used, once a day. Oh my God, it was life-changing. I felt so much better. I was getting real sleep for the first time in a long time. Okay, then I got another sinus infection. This is years and years later. I go to the same guy, and he's telling me there's nothing wrong with me. I'd already been through 2 rounds of antibiotics with my general MD. He says, you've got some serious sinus stuff going on. You need to go see your ear, nose, and throat. And this guy just kind of blew me off. And I said, okay. So I went to another one, and he did an MRI of my head and said there's a serious sinus infection way in there. And he did a months long, like close to a year, of stuff to get rid of this sinus infection, but he got rid of it. And then he added a nasal spray, and that's what I do now. I do these 2 nasal sprays, each once a day, and my quality of life is like night and day. So sometimes you've got to go to a different doctor. Maybe for whatever reason that doctor can't understand what your problem is. You go to another one, and I'm not saying about getting the answer you like. Listen, doctors got to sometimes put us in our place and tell us, listen, you're too fat, lose weight, stop smoking, stop drinking so much alcohol. These are things that, we may not want to hear, but we should hear. Okay. But in this case, I just felt the doctor wasn't listening to me, and I knew there was something wrong. My general doctor knew there was something wrong. And whatever, reason, I went to someone else, and this guy managed to fix it. And, great, very grateful and happy that happened. All right. Diet wise, obviously I eat more meat, chicken, turkey, beef. I try to eat a little bit better quality beef, but I do eat everything. Okay. So what I mean by that is, don't think I'm not eating bread. I even make my own homemade bread. Okay. On occasion, I make my own homemade bagels. All right. So I like bread, but I limit how much of it I eat. I probably still eat too much of it because I like it, but, I eat eggs, all right, bacon. Like I said, meat I eat all the time. I just don't eat anything to excess. Now, on occasion, do I do a cheat day? Yeah, I'll give you a prime example. This coming weekend is my twin grandchildren's birthday party. Okay, am I going to be eating stuff that day that I probably shouldn't eat? Yeah. Am I going to be having cake and dessert? Yeah, but I don't do that every day. So that'll be one day, and that one day where maybe I put in 2,500 calories is no big deal, because the next day, what do? I'm right back to my normal thing, all right? And it's no problems, all right? So, other things I do supplements, okay? I do creatine, naked creatine, nothing else in it, okay? 5 grams once a day. I've noticed a big difference. Okay. I've researched it ad nauseum. Very difficult to find anything negative about creatine. Now, if you're going to be an idiot and go way above the recommended dosage, well, shame on you. Okay. I do 5 grams a day. Within 3 weeks, I noticed a huge difference in my body's ability to recover from a heavy workout. Also, how much easier I was doing the workouts. Okay, how much easier I was cranking out the same amount of push-ups. Where I noticed it, where I finished doing the push-ups and was like, wow, that was kind of easy. Normally, I'm struggling at the end there. So I do take creatine. On occasion, I do BCAAs. All right, I only do that on a heavy workout day where I'm doing like a heavy kettlebell workout. Okay, and dumbbell workout. I usually combine them sometimes with additional calisthenics. I'll do that as a pre-workout. Okay, again, I don't go over the recommended dosage, all right? And I'm not doing that every day. And again, that's for muscle recovery, okay? And for that kind of thing, so I also do that. But again, I'm not doing those every day, all right? I take magnesium for muscle recovery. I take collagen for my joints, okay? I take a prostate supplement that my urologist recommended for my prostate as I'm getting older. And I take a multivitamin for men over 50. That's what I take. Okay. I do take Celebrex normally once a day for my knee issue. All right, and inflammation overall in the body. So that's basically what I'm taking. All right. Again, my workouts. My workouts are kettlebell. Timed, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I bang them out very quickly. I'm done. Burns a lot of calories. I vary the kettlebell workouts. I've added a dumbbell routine. On occasion, I do obviously ab work. I also am doing ab work, planks, crunches on a Bosu ball. And of course, all the martial arts stuff I'm doing. Okay, so I work out a lot. I mean, my job is I'm a professional martial arts instructor. So, I have to be able to, in my mind, a professional martial arts instructor has to be go out there and set the example for the students. All right. And again, as I get older, it doesn't get any easier. Now I only have this one job. This one job is I'm a professional martial artist. And that's been the case now for 15 years. Been retired from the police department for 15 years. Okay. So again, getting your health in order is incredibly important. Way too many people in this country are overweight. I mean, we saw with the pandemic that being obese was a problem. It was a comorbidity. All right. But we never heard the government say to us, you know what, folks, get your act together, lose some weight, start exercising. Okay? Never heard the government say that. No, the government wanted to stick us all with jabs, and which now are turning out that maybe the jab wasn't so good, right? Okay? And I'm not getting into a debate on it, but just do your research, okay? Right? So everybody wants a pill. They wanted to go to the doctor. Oh, doc, give me a pill. No, take charge of your health. Lose weight. Drink less. Get rid of smoking, okay? Several friends got cancer. As soon as they got cancer, wow, they immediately quit smoking. Okay, that was the catalyst? Well, my grandfather smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day. 5 a day. Had a massive stroke. Quit that night. Amazing what happens when you have that life-changing thing where you think, oh crap, I'm going to die. Now all of a sudden, you stop the smoking. But is that what it's going to take to get you to stop? No. Put your big boy pants on. Quit. Okay? Quit. All right? Track your calories. All right? Take some supplements. And I'm not telling you to take the same ones I take. Do your research. Talk to your doctor, right? See what you decide you want to do. Do some extra exercise. I tell people all the time, I'm doing martial arts so long now, my body's so used to certain of the movements that it's easier. So I gotta go outside the box, and I want to do some strength related things. As you get older, you want to do some weight bearing strength related things. For me, the biggest bang for my buck is kettlebell. It's kettlebell, all right? Yeah, I could go to a gym and I go from machine to machine, and that machine works my biceps. The other machine works my chest. I do kettlebell, it works everything. Kettlebell swings incredibly, right? Working your body. They're cardiovascular. You do kettlebell swings, you'll feel your heart pumping at the end, okay? And it's an overall body workout, and it burns massive calories, okay? So again, I supplement and I try to be balanced. So I do strength-related exercises, kettlebell, dumbbell, calisthenics, all right? I do my martial arts, which obviously helps with my flexibility, okay? Cardiovascular, all right? Okay? I take certain supplements to help my body keep moving forward, all right? Okay? I stay on top of my health by getting checkups on a regular basis, all right? And I track my calories, okay, every day, religiously, all right? And if I see, and I also track amount of protein, carbs, fats that are going in, and I may adjust my diet as the day goes on and say, oh, I need more protein here. I need a little bit less of this, a little bit more of that. And again, I don't get crazy. If one day I have a bad carb day, I'm like, okay, all right? Again, I'm working out so much that I can get away with certain things that maybe other people can't, all right? But you need to stop making excuses. I mean, we all did it. I did it for years. Stop making excuses. So if you have knee problems, right, I highly recommend, okay, the knees over toes guy. But here's the other thing I'll tell you. For every pound you lose, you take 8 pounds off your knees. Every pound you lose, you take 8 pounds off your knees. I lost 25 pounds. Do the math. That's why I'm beginning to think I may never need knee replacement. As long as I stay on top of my knees over toes exercises, I watch my weight, I stay very physically fit, I'm thinking I can avoid that knee replacement. Okay? And other than that, the rest of my body feels amazing. I mean, I feel fantastic. Okay? Overall, I've been blessed with very good health. All right? But I stay on top of it. All right? We only have this one life. All right? And my goal would be to live a long, healthy life and then die. Okay? That would be my goal. And hopefully, I'm sitting here talking to you when I'm 100. I mean, that's my plan. I mean, I don't know if it'll happen, but that's my goal, right? All the time, the teenagers, the younger people in my dojo, which is pretty much almost everybody. I only have a couple people in my dojo that are older than me. They're always commenting, how can you move like that? How are you still so fast? All right. And again, it's the fitness level. It's staying healthy. This is very important. So I hope some of you will think about this. I hope some of you that maybe aren't as healthy will think about making some changes to your lifestyle. All right. MyFitnessPal is the app I use to track my calories, but look, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. Grab whatever one you want. All right. Um, watch what you eat. Another thing my wife and I have both recently done is we've dramatically cut back on processed foods. We don't eat out that much. We just don't, right? We cook at home, all right? But we're really watching. We're not buying a lot of the frozen stuff that we then, I mean, of course, some of it we have, all right? But a lot of it we're not, all right? We've dramatically cut back on the processed. Just look at the ingredients. I mean, if half the shit that's written on there you don't recognize, is that really good to be going in your body? All right. The other thing I'll mention too is hydration. Out here in Arizona, drinking water all day long. Every day I do a hydration pack. Those things they sell at Costco. Tear them, pull the powder in your water to hydrate. Okay. I do one of those a day, every day. All right. When it's hot out here, I don't even know how much water I'm drinking, but I'm drinking a lot, okay? And most people don't drink enough water. Drinking enough water will also help you to lose weight, okay? Increasing your exercise will increase your metabolism, okay? And you have to find out what works for you. Some people like to do the fasting. I don't do fasting, but some people that works for them, okay? Myself, I get up in the morning. I like to have something to eat quick and get my body processing the food, all right? Also, a lot of times, I'm doing early morning Zoom classes. So my Zoom classes start at 7. I get up at 6, okay? Have my prerequisite cup of coffee. Yes, I drink coffee. I love coffee, but, I don't drink alcohol. So, again, if I have a couple of cups of coffee a day, okay. If that bothers you, all right, fine. All right. And then I usually have something, a breakfast, and then I go out and teach. And then depending on the day, I'll have a light lunch, maybe a little bit bigger dinner, especially on a day when I'm teaching 4 hours of class, like today. Today's one of those days. All right. So I just hope people take a step back, examine their habits, look at what they're doing. You want to gain control of your own health, not rely on a pill or a shot, okay? Yes. Will those be necessary? Of course those might be necessary, okay? I'm not saying no, but what I'm saying is rather than go on the pill, try losing some weight. Rather than getting a shot, get in shape, okay? I'll tell you this story for a fact. COVID hits. We're ordered to shut down the school in New York. Within 2 days, we reopened the school. Within 2 weeks, we reopened the school. We're in there, no masks. We're training. People want to come, they come. People don't want to come, don't come. Right? It's up to you. People training want to wear a mask, you wear a mask. Okay? Virtually no one wore masks. How many people got COVID? The answer is none. Okay? Right? None. Why? Because we were all in relatively good shape to begin with. Now we're training, we're working out, we're getting outdoors, okay? You're not catching COVID from the air, okay? All right? And we opened the dojo and no one got sick, okay? Everybody in the dojo, believe it or not, caught COVID after COVID was pretty much over, where all the restrictions were lifted and everything was, and most of them caught it where? When they started going back to work, when they started getting together in large groups, okay? I had it, no big deal. Okay, my mother at the time was 87. She got it, kicked its ass like this. And she had multiple comorbidities and still kicked its ass. Okay, someone out here I know, 95 years old, he got it, nothing. Okay, so why? The 95-year-old is lean and mean. Good shape, takes care of himself, watches what he eats, exercises every day. Okay, so stop relying on others to take care of your health. Yeah, if you have something major, of course you're going to need doctors and health professionals to take care of it. Okay? But if you're overweight, do something about it. If you're smoking, do something about it. If you're drinking too much alcohol, do something about it. Okay? Take control of your health. This is what we need to do in this country and in the world. Obesity is a huge problem. I can't believe the number of young children I see morbidly obese. Okay? We have to take charge of ourselves. Be healthy. I'll end with this. Go on YouTube and pull up videos of people on a beach in America in the 1950s and 60s. You'll be shocked. Then go on YouTube and pull up videos of people on a beach now in 2024. Okay. If that isn't a wake-up call to you, I don't know what is. Because you will see people in the 50s and 60s, most of them are lean. Very rare. You'll see the rare obese person in the video, okay? Most people are very lean. You go to 2024 and you put in a beach video, and now you're going to see the complete opposite. The thin or lean person is the rarity. The overweight person is the norm, okay? We've done it to ourselves, people. Take charge of your health, okay? You'll love it. You get yourself together. I mean, I can't believe how much better I feel after losing that weight, okay? And now several of my other students have taken the same thing, okay? One guy, my one student from Alabama, he was very, very heavy. He's lost over 35, 40 pounds, gotten his health together, quit drinking, okay? And he's doing great. He's on a great path. Feels better mentally. A couple of my other students, I was on them. You got to lose some weight. They fought me on it. They lost weight. They can't believe how much better they feel. God, you are right. Okay. And I don't want to hear, not about me being right. It's I want people to feel better. I want people to take charge of their own health. Okay. I want you to live a long, healthy life so you can listen to more of my ramblings. No, I want you to live a long, healthy life so you can spend those times with your kids, with your grandkids, with your great-grandkids. So you can teach martial arts for a long time. So you can enjoy the study of martial arts for a long time. Okay? So please, take charge of your health. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Hope you didn't mind me rambling on the subject too much. All right? Again, please click that like button, share. All right? Subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a member. All right? And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.